10 questions around the league.
And over again.
Why?
This is 10 Questions with Greg Bedard and Felger and Mazz on 98.5, The Sports Hub.
10 questions around the league in 10 minutes. We got to be on time. Jimmy Stewart, what are our buzzer options this week?
They had the guy. They had him. They had never drafted him. They never had a quarterback until the second round. They had the guy after Brady. Bill had found the guy.
It's a German Felger and Mazz. Next.
Peyton Pritchard belongs at the Y.
Next.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes.
Woof.
Next.
I'm just going to say no to talk radio questions.
Aw, poor Bill. Next.
I wouldn't sleep on Brian Hoyer.
Excellent. I was with you, big boy. I was.
Make it rain. Hey, it's Felger here for fresh air. Mass product for you.
Epidemiologist.
I think we all know that one now.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right, next. Hit it.
Hey, it's Felger here for fresh air.
Your top three, new product here at the Sports Hub. Your top three Super Bowl cities, Greg, ranked.
New Orleans, Miami, Phoenix.
New Orleans, Miami. I like San Francisco or New York.
I'll sort of base it mostly on what I've been to, 3-1. Atlanta, Miami, New Orleans, which I haven't been to.
Atlanta?
Again, basing it on what I've been to.
Atlanta? We had a good time, but you thought that was a good spot for the Super Bowl.
I did. It was. We could walk right to the place.
Oh, Murray, that's a bias. That's a bias because you live there.
Wow. I go New Orleans 1, and if you don't have New Orleans 1, you have doo-doo in your pants. Not that you're a baby, you're just like you're pooped in the head. Number 1, New Orleans. Number 2, Miami. Number 3 is a little bit of a sleeper. Indy.
Indy was good. Yeah,
Indy was a good. Talk about a place you never had to touch a car, and you could just roll around downtown, and that was a good spot. Next.
I wouldn't sleep on Brian Hoyer.
Number 9, your bottom 3 Super Bowl cities ranked.
Detroit, Minneapolis, Dallas.
So I didn't go there, but Jacksonville's got to be number 1. I'm sorry. Jacksonville, Dallas, Minnesota.
Again, based on what I've been to, Houston, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis was the worst. Dallas second. Jacksonville third. Next.
I'm just going to say no to talk radio questions.
Here's a talk radio question for you. Super Bowl edition of 10 questions, unless you've figured that out yet. Favorite Super Bowl halftime show, Greg? Least favorite?
My boys, U2 from the first Patriots Super Bowl, playing one after September 11th with the name of the victims behind. It was phenomenal.
Least favorite?
Least favorite was any of the Upwood People Super Bowls. Do you remember? Do you know that Upwood People played the Super Bowl halftime 5 times?
I don't really remember it. I don't know what that is.
It was like mid to late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, late 70s into the 80s too.
I don't remember that.
So I'm trying to pick ones from the ones that we attended recently. I thought Bruno Mars was the beans when he did it, and the Black Eyed Peas sucked. They were awful.
Yeah, best was Prince in the Rain in 2006. Worst, Black Eyed Peas, Green Bay Steelers Super Bowl. That's a garbage act with no talent, and they proved it with that wretched performance.
Okay, I thought the Black Eyed Peas. I thought Lady Gaga sucked whenever that was. It was a couple of years ago. Even.
That was the Houston one, yeah.
My favorite was Tom Petty, and it was just a couple of old guys with a guitar playing songs. It wasn't like they brought out, I don't remember them bringing out like 4 different guests, and like a montage of songs. And no, they just played a couple songs and got off the stage. That's sort of my speed. You might not be surprised to hear that. Next.
Peyton Pritchard belongs at the Y.
Your favorite non-Patriot Super Bowl? Take that wherever you want.
Super Bowl 25. Giants, Bills. Great game.
Good one.
The Gulf War was going on. The Whitney Houston national anthem. It was phenomenal all the way around.
That was a good one, Greg. I give you points for that one. I went Niners Cincy the second time, Montana to Taylor to win the game. And you know what? The game wasn't that great, but the finish, classic Montana. Oh, it was awesome.
Saints win over the Colts in 2009. Most I've ever been into a non-Patriot Super Bowl. Until this year, but until that point, it's been that one.
Okay, next.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes. Number 6. Name a city not in the Super Bowl rotation that should be, big boy.
Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by Super Bowl rotation, but I went with Vegas.
Okay, well, that is in the Super Bowl rotation now. I think we're going there in 2 years or something like that. They are in the rotation. When I say rotation, not that hard to figure out. What city should host the game that hasn't hosted it yet?
I don't know. Someplace warm, San Antonio, whatever.
So I was also going to say Vegas, but they're now in the rotation, so that doesn't count, right? So how about Nashville? I'll go into Nashville. I'd do that.
Great one. That's a great one, man.
I went with Vegas, but I know it's coming. But other than that, I mean, it can get cold in Nashville. You want warm. I don't know. Mexico City?
Well, no. So we've talked about this. It should be a very simple equation. One is warm, and you can send me to, send me to some wretched warm place. I don't care. At least it's warm. It's a convention. The whole week's a glorified NFL convention. So send us someplace where most of us are coming from the north and bad weather. So send us somewhere where we can walk around in shorts all week. I don't care if it's Miami or Tampa or some ass end of Arizona. I don't care. Mexico. Send us someplace like even Jacksonville. Fine, whatever. Send us there or someplace interesting. So London. I don't know. I think put the thing in London for, try it there. I don't know. That's what I came up with. Next.
Mike, can we agree there should be four cities on the rotation? It just should be 4. Now, L.A., Vegas, New Orleans, Miami. Can we just do those 4 and be done? In Phoenix as a
I'll be fine with that. Okay, hit it.
Woof.
Number 5, give me a Super Bowl tool bag from your Super Bowl experiences. And Mazz cannot choose Warren Sapp or Kevin James. You've got to come up with a new tool bag, okay? So, Super Bowl tool bag from your years covering the game.
Well, I just went with Jim Gray just because that was tremendous.
Jim Gray. I had him on my list, too. Jim Gray. If we're talking about people like, that were around there.
Oprah knows Tom.
Ah, Jim Gray. I thought you were going to make me pick from this week. So I was going to say Kelsey or Sue. One of those two. But no. Jim Gray's better. Jim Gray.
I went with any of the bitchy, self-important PR hacks who talk to you like you're scum when they try to push whatever famous person or player they're trotting around so they can promote whatever crap it is. They all think they're they think they're something.
Mazz, do you remember Dick Vermeil?
Oh, God, yeah.
With his winery.
Oh, God, he was so irritating. Oh, my God. He was so irritating. And then there was the one who's is it Steve Tasker who stirred his coffee with a pen?
That wasn't true. That was the grossest thing that ever happened to us at the Super Bowl. This is a true story, folks. Imagine germphobes like, me or, So at the Super Bowl, at Media Row, where there's just a million people, right? And this is, pre-pandemic, so there's just a million people. Everyone's grabbing whatever. Steve Tasker comes down with a coffee, and he pours his little half and half into his coffee and needs to stir it. And he looks around the desk, and he grabs a Sharpie pen that had been used for every guest or Tom, Dick, or Harry to come by and sign this football that Beetle had at the front of the table because he liked his memorabilia. So there was this Sharpie pen that everyone was fingering the entire week and grabbing, and he took that Sharpie pen and stirred his coffee and drank it with that Sharpie pen.
That was disgusting. The only thing I've seen worse is Zoe stirring my coffee with his finger once. I had to throw it away. And little did Dick Vermeil know that Zoe had probably been scratching his ass with that pen.
All right. Sorry, it was Steve Tasker. Anyway, story time's over. Next.
Hey, it's Felger here for Fresh Air.
Okay, it's a good product. Give me an Aaron Rodgers trade that makes sense for both teams. I got a good one.
Rodgers to the Colts for 2 first-round picks.
I went with San Francisco. Garoppolo and picks for Rodgers.
The Vegas Raiders give Green Bay 2 firsts, 1 this year, 1 next, second rounder this year for Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so the return I'm getting from the Vegas and Indy is not good enough. The Niners is something I'm going to look at, Mazz. I would definitely consider that if I were Green Bay. Give me Garoppolo and 2 firsts. Done. What if the Jets came to me and said, here's Darnold, number 2, and our first rounder next year? That would do it for me. That would do it for me.
Oh, hell yeah. That's way
sold.
over. That's overpaying.
Sold. You can have them. Done. I would do that yesterday. Next.
Mike, what do you think about Rodgers to the Patriots for Belichick?
I don't think I would do it.
Oh,
I don't think I would do it.
I'll give you another one for Rodgers that works, but I'm going to wait till the next question.
Okay, next question.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes. Give me a Dak Prescott trade that makes sense.
A, he's a free agent, so there is no trade. And B, no, because it's not happening.
They have rights, so Greg, play the game or don't.
No,
you're out.
No,
Mazz, go ahead. Give me a Dak Prescott.
Okay, so the one I had because I was trying to give it to you, pick a different one. I said this to you a couple of weeks ago. Prescott, Houston and Dallas make a deal. Deshaun Watson goes to Dallas. Houston gets Prescott and picks so that they have, they can then franchise Prescott if it works out, et cetera, et cetera. But Dallas gets Deshaun Watson, known commodity. But for that matter, Green Bay could do the same thing. Why not Rodgers to Dallas? Rodgers to Dallas for Prescott and picks. That would work.
Indianapolis gives them a 1, 2, 3. First round, second round, third rounder. He goes to the Colts.
I don't mind that Dallas trade either. Let's see if Greg will lower himself to answer the next question. Go ahead.
Make it rain.
Number 2, name an NFL team that you're rooting for. And it can't be the Patriots. For me, it can't be the Packers, Mazz. You can't say the Seahawks.
Okay.
We all sort of have our hometown teams or whatever. Just give me another team sort of off your grid that you're just rooting for because of a certain player or fan base or something.
Flores and Vrabel are 2 guys that I'm rooting for.
I go with Indy. I love Frank Reich. I think Frank Reich can coach despite what happened in the Buffalo game. I wouldn't mind seeing them win it. And believe it or not, Cleveland. I'd like to see the Browns get good. I think that would be fun.
Buffalo. I love the lunatic fans. I'm now sold on the quarterback, and I root for them despite the bitchiest of bitchy Patriot fans and Bedard and Gasper.
Absolutely. Murray, I was going to say the exact same thing. I had no interest in Josh Allen before this year, but now I do because these stubborn, the stubborn, committed, guys in their bunker who just don't want to admit they were wrong are now like, I don't know, living in some alternate universe with Josh Allen.
The Allen deniers.
Exactly. It's like the Allen denial crew. So now I'm rooting for Josh Allen just for people like Bedard. Next.
Oh, you mean the quarterback who had a 50-pound diaper every time he dropped back the pass in the AFC Championship game?
Where was the buzzer, Jimmy?
Peyton Pritchard belongs at the Y.
There you go. What media experience are we missing the most this week, guys? And I'm not talking. And you leave out Super Tuesday, this is the night we typically go out and I have a few Miller Lights and that whole thing. So we can't do. Give me another one. Or on Radio Row, is there someone that you're missing talking to this week, etc.? Go ahead.
Oh
Greg.
yeah.
My favorite part of Super Bowl week is basically, as far as newspapers and what have you, you're done on Friday afternoon around noon. And then basically until you wake up for the game, you're like done. So I would go and play golf Friday afternoon, play golf Saturday, and sleep in on Sunday. Loved it.
I miss Stephen A. when we talked to him, but I'd be lying to you if I said anyone other than Mad Dog.
Belichick is not a warm, fuzzy character.
Belichick.
I like Belichick.
That's a highlight of my week. Every week, I love
Belichick doesn't care.
Belichick.
And I'll go with, I just love the whole buzz of it all and how it builds during the week. And by the time you get to Thursday.
Belichick is phenomenal.
It's a sea of people. It's energy. It's zip. And then you can randomly go to a bar like we did last year. You look over like, oh, hey, there's Rob Ryan at like some famous person.
It's so true, Mad Dog. Just to play the Belichick song.
Oh, my God, it's the best. I mean,
from a legacy perspective, a lot of people think Belichick's Lombardi. I'll buy that. He loses this game Sunday. I don't want to hear about Lombardi because Lombardi wouldn't have lost this game, not 2 in a row to the same team. And we know that Belichick's going to the Hall of Fame. We know Belichick's a Hall of Fame coach. Nobody's denying that. If Belichick loses to Manning and Coughlin again, where do I put Coughlin? For Brady and Belichick to have to win, and Coughlin outworks Belichick. Belichick. I would say Belichick. Belichick's going to the Hall of Fame. Brady, Belichick. You trust Belichick, respect Belichick, forget Belichick.
There's something. Yeah, we could get him on the phone or on a Zoom, but there's something about him with one of these broadcast. Belichick. There's just something about him.
Go pass. Deflate all the footballs.
Yes, there's something about him on one of these headsets that just really accentuates the Belichick.
I don't look at it that way, and I'm not from Boston. So, to me, Belichick's still an all-time great. I think it serves Belichick right. Listen, Belichick's a great coach. He coaches me anytime he wants. Was he 74-1? Belichick in New England with a lead. Belichick's a great coach. Belichick.
I would say Belichick.
It hurts Belichick. It hurts Belichick. Belichick's not Lombardi. What Belichick did was wrong. Belichick.
So that's number one with the bullet. Okay, Murray, update, then right back to your phones. Don't go anywhere.
Belichick.
This Sports Hub On-Demand content is brought to you by Cape Cod Cafe Pizza. Perfect for dinner, whether you cook it in